This video is about Ryanair's new terms and conditions that after the 3rd of November 2025, it will have smartphone-only boarding. So Ryanair will stop accepting printing boarded passes from the 4th of November, and it will require passengers to present their boarding passes via the Ryanair app. So key points I've found about this. First of all, app-only boarding. It says passengers must check in online and download a digital boarding pass on a mobile device. Second key point is regarding a lost phone or a flat battery. Ryanair says you can still board the plane as long as you have already checked in online before arriving at the airport. It also says the fee for printed boarding passes from the 4th of November will be free. Third key point is paper boarding passes. So printed boarding passes will not be accepted at airports after the 3rd of November. It says unless travelling from Morocco or Turkey. Okay, so I've gone on to the Ryanair website, and the only information I can find about this is these points here. So I'll read it to you. Point 6.22. For flights departing on or after the 3rd of November 2025, so forget what I said before about the 4th, it's the 3rd, you must complete check-in online at the Ryanair website or in the Ryanair app. So it sounds like you can still check in online on a laptop, not just on a mobile, but I would like confirmation of that. No later than 2 hours before scheduled departure of each booked flight. Your digital boarding pass will be available on your mobile phone through the Ryanair app. Printed boarding passes will not be accepted at airports from the 3rd of November 2025. And then it says about Morocco there. Just another point down here, be aware online check-in opens 60 days before if you've purchased an allocated seat, which does cost extra. If you don't want to buy an allocated seat, you can get a free seat if you check in online before 24 and 2 hours before each booked flight. So my perspective on this is that I do not own a smartphone, and I want to know how I can fly with Ryanair in the future from the 3rd of November. So I wanted my questions answered, couldn't find enough information on the website. So a week ago, I went to the Ryanair online chat to ask about what's going on. I started off talking to the chatbot and they couldn't answer my questions. So after about half an hour, I got through to someone in the chat. So what I'm going to share with you now is the conversation I had with them. In blue is the questions that I've asked. And then I've put a paraphrased reply from Ryanair. I'm actually not sure if I'm allowed online to share Ryanair's exact responses, but what I've put is a summary and of what they said. So I started off saying, I do not own a smartphone, so do not have the Ryanair app. Usually I do online check-in on the Ryanair website on a laptop and print my boarding pass. With the new rules from November for showing a boarding pass on a smartphone, what do I need to do to fly Ryanair? Can I check in on the website and have a staff member print a boarding pass for free at the airport? Please do not suggest that someone else do this for me. I have read a suggestion where they say, oh, you're a family or a family member or friend can do it. But that seems very vague to me and doesn't help independent travellers. I need to know how I can fly Ryanair independently. Thank you. Reply. Maybe you could check in on the website and then have airport staff help you with the boarding pass. But remember, there are fees for not having a boarding pass with you. So I assume they're referring to up to the 3rd of November with those fees. And here's my reply. I want to book a flight with Ryanair in December 2025. I'm asking about the changes from November 2025, where Ryanair will only have check-in on the app and mobile phone boarding passes. Please give me a definite answer about whether I can check in online rather than the app, and if I can get staff to print me a boarding pass at the airport for free. Reports state that if someone's phone is lost, staff at the airport will print a boarding pass for free after these new rules come in. Does the same rule apply to customers with no smartphone? Reply. You would have to check in online and then go to the Ryanair check-in desk at the airport to have the staff print your boarding pass for you. Thank you. Will this be available for free at all airports as part of the new arrangements with boarding passes? Reply. I can't guarantee this because we haven't received updates regarding the new arrangements. Then I said, thank you for your assistance. Do you know when you will receive these updates so I can get further information? Ryanair's reply, we are also waiting for updates and don't know yet when we will receive detailed procedures. Then I've said, thanks, my concern is that customers who do not own smartphones will be discriminated against by the new procedures and hope there will be an option for them to check in and fly, which does not require a smart device or depending on someone else who does. They should also not have to pay more for alternative options. Please pass on the concern I have expressed. I have no further questions. Thank you for your assistance. And their reply, I will pass your concern on. So that's as far as I got. I will continue to check the Ryanair website for any further updates. If I don't get enough information there, I plan to go back on the chat and get my questions answered. So these are the things I've written here that I want to clarify. After November the 3rd, 2025, number one, can you still check in online on a laptop for your flight or just the app or do both? Question two, how can travellers board a flight, get through airport security and get a boarding pass if they do not have a smartphone? And question three, will there still be a Ryanair check-in desk you can go to before security for a member of staff to print you a boarding pass? So they are the questions I'm going to find answers to. If there's anything else I haven't thought of, please do suggest it in the comments. I'm not sure how many other people are in my position. I can't find much else online in chats and, social media groups, but I'm sure there are other people out there who don't own smartphones, who have, travelled on Ryanair up to this point and would like to still do so. But I'm in a position where I'd like to book a flight after the 3rd of November, but I can't yet because there isn't the information I need to know if I will be able to get on the flight. So that's where I'm at with this. If there's interest in this video and other people who'd like me to share any updates that I get, please let me know. And when I have them, I'll make a further video. Okay, everyone, thanks for listening.